Does this road marking allow you to make a U-turn? The answer is yes. Are you allowed to drive a vehicle if the presence of alcohol in your breath exceeds 0.1 mg EDM cubed? The answer is no. You intend to make a U-turn at the junction while the vehicle is entering the junction. Are you obliged to yield the right of way? The answer is yes. Is switching on the emergency lights and placing a warning triangle at the distance of 50 to 70 m behind the vehicle the right way to indicate that it has broken down on a motorway? The answer is no. You intend to go straight ahead. Are you obliged to give way to the tram which is turning left? The answer is no. Are you taking the proper lane if you want to turn left at the nearest junction? The answer is no. Are you obliged in this situation to reduce your speed when approaching a pedestrian crossing? The answer is no. You are driving a vehicle with an LPG installation. Does the visible sign on the right tell you to turn right in 150 meters? The answer is no. Are you allowed to overtake vehicles on other lanes at a junction marked in such a way? The answer is yes. Will you refrain from overtaking in this situation? The answer is yes. Are you allowed in this situation to keep whichever distance from the oncoming lorry you are passing? The answer is no. Is it allowable to stop the vehicle 11 meters beyond this road sign? The answer is no. Does the visible yellow signal always indicate a prohibition to drive beyond the signaling device? The answer is no. Can you refrain from exercising extra caution in this situation? The answer is yes. In this situation, are you warned that you are approaching a pedestrian crossing? The answer is no. Can you overtake in this situation? The answer is no. Can you use daytime lights while driving after dusk on a well-lit road? The answer is no. Are you obliged in this situation to give way to the tram whose driver signals the intention to turn left? The answer is no. Are you approaching a bicycle crossing in the presented situation? The answer is no. While driving behind a learner driver, do you have to exercise special caution? The answer is yes. Which of these factors dependent on the vehicle driver has a significant influence on the driver's vision? Temperature, air, humidity. Condition of the road surface, time of day or night. Attention span, current well-being and health. Attention span, current well-being and health. A hauled passenger car may be marked by switching on hazard lights, placing a reflective warning triangle on the left behind the car, switching on the rear fog light, placing a reflective warning triangle on the left behind the car. How should you behave in order to accelerate the passenger car properly on a flat part of the road? Use the engine revolutions maximally in every gear. Accelerate to such speed in lower gear that after switching to the next gear the vehicle does not jerk and does not choke. In every case increase the gear by 2. Accelerate to such speed in lower gear that after switching to the next gear the vehicle does not jerk and does not choke. What is the allowable minimum depth of the thread in a tyre not fitted with a tyre indicator bar? 1.6 mm, 2.6 mm, 3 mm, 1.6 mm. Under what circumstances can you carry a child in the rear seat of a car or truck with a maximum permissible weight of 3.5 t, restrained only by seat belts? If the child is at least 135 centimeters tall and due to its weight, it is impossible to provide a safety seat or other child restraint system. If the child is at least 120 centimeters tall and due to its weight, it is impossible to provide a safety seat or other child restraint system. If the child is 15 years old. If the child is at least 135 centimeters tall and due to its weight, it is impossible to provide a safety seat or other child restraint system. At what maximum speed are you allowed to drive on the road beyond these signs if you are hauling another passenger car? 30 km per hour, 60 km per hour, 90 km per hour. 60 km per hour. In which of these cases are you obliged to replace the tyre with a new one in a passenger car? When the air vent is damaged. When there is a thin nail on the head of the tyre. When disformations are visible on the sides of the tyre. When disformations are visible on the sides of the tyre. How should you transport cargo in a trailer pulled by a passenger car? The cargo should not be protected from displacement. The cargo may block some of the trailer's lights. The cargo cannot have any effects on the stability of the vehicle. The cargo cannot have any effects on the stability of the vehicle. At what speed are you allowed to drive a passenger car with a trailer on the road beyond this sign? 70 km per hour, 80 km per hour, 140 km per hour. 80 km per hour. When can you use rear anti-fog lights while driving? When visibility in heavy rain is limited to 60 m. When visibility in thick fog is limited to 100 m. When visibility during snowfall is limited to 40 m. When visibility during snowfall is limited to 40 m. What is the correct way of resuscitation of an unconscious preschooler who is not breathing? 5 initial breaths, then 30 presses and 2 breaths. 15 presses and then 2 breaths. 30 presses and then 2 breaths. 5 initial breaths, then 30 presses and 2 breaths. Which of the following actions should you perform when driving a passenger car at night in a fog? Decrease the speed. Turn on the high beam lights in order to improve visibility. Drive very close to the car in front in order to see its side lights. Decrease the speed.